Colobok and the House of Toys. In a small wooden house at the edge of a quiet forest, where the wind moved slowly through the pines and the evening smelled of bread and smoke, there lived an old grandfather and an old grandmother. The house was warm, but it was too quiet. No children later, no small feet running across the floor. One evening, as the light turned golden and soft, the grandfather looked at his wife and said, "Babushka, let us make something round and alive. Let us bake a colobok." The grandmother nodded without speaking. As she scraped the very bottom of the floor box, swept the last crumbs from the barn, mixed everything with milk and car, and shaped a small, perfectly round bun. When he came out of the oven he was golden, fragrant, and his cheeks were rosy from the heat. As she placed him on the white window sill to cool, the evening air drifted in. Colobok lay there, listening to the crickets, feeling the first cool touch of night on his crust. Something inside him stirred, a quiet, warm wish to see what lay beyond the window. Very slowly, he moved. First just a little rock, then a little more, then he rolled off the sill, rolled gently across the table, down the bench, and onto the floor with a soft thud. The door stood open just enough. He slipped through, down the 3 stairs, bump, 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 and onto the path. And then he sang, in a small, clear voice that carried through the smell of fresh bread. "I am Colobok, Colobok. I was scraped from the box, swept from the barn, baked in the stove, cooled on the window. I left Dedushka, I left Babushka, and I will roll and roll and roll." He rolled through the tall grasses that brushed his sides like gentle hands. Fireflies floated around him like tiny lanterns. The moon rose, round and kind, just like him. Soon a heart hopped out from the furnace, ears long, eyes wide. "Colobok, Colobok, you smell like home. I will eat you." Colobok did not tremble. He simply sang again, a little louder. "I left Dedushka, I left Babushka. And from you, Zayats, I will roll away." And he rolled. The heart reached, but only touched air. Colobok was already gone, leaving the scent of warm bread behind. He rolled deeper into the forest. The path grew narrower, the trees taller. A grey wolf stepped from the shadows, eyes glowing softly. "Little round one, come here. My stomach is empty and my heart is cold." Colobok looked at the wolf for a long moment. Then he sang, calm and clear. "I left Dedushka, I left Babushka. I rolled away from Zayats the heart. And from you, grey wolf, I will roll away." He rolled between the wolf's paws as if he were a game. The wolf snapped at nothing and sat down, surprised, watching the little bun disappear among the trees. Further on, a great brown bear stood upon his hind legs, blocking the moonlight. "Colobok, you are just the right size for a bedtime snack." Colobok stopped. He looked up at the huge bear, and his voice stayed gentle. "I left Dedushka and Babushka. Rolled from Zayats, rolled from Volk, and from you, Medved, I will roll away." He rolled right under the bear's heavy arm, quick as a sigh, and left the bear turning in slow circles, confused and alone. Now Colobok was tired. His crust had cooled, his song had grown softer. He rolled into a clearing where the grasses was silver in the moonlight. A red fox sat waiting, tail curled neatly around her paws. Her eyes were bright, but not hungry, curious. "Colobok, what a beautiful song. I heard it all the way from my den. But I am old, and the night is loud. Come closer, sit on my soft tail and sing just for me." Colobok paused. He was far from home. His little heart felt both brave and a little bit lonely. He rolled closer. The fox lowered her head until her nose almost touched him. As she listened us, he sang once more, voice small but steady. "I left Dedushka and Babushka. Rolled from Zayats, from Volk, from Medved, and now I am here." When the last note faded, the fox did not snap her jaws. Instead she smiled, a real smile, warm as fresh bread. "Little Colobok," as she said softly, "you do not belong in the dark forest where everyone wants to eat you. Come with me. I know a place where no one ever feels lonely. A place made for round, singing things like you." As she gently, carefully took him into her mouth, not to beat, but to carry like a matter carries few kid, and trotted through the trees. They walked along quiet path until the forest opened into a hidden valley. There, glowing with soft colorful lights, stood a beautiful house, the dom игрушек, the house of toys. The door opened by itself. Inside, hundreds of toys turned to look, porcelain dolls with skinned eyes, wooden soldiers standing at ease, teddy bears with patched hats, balls and blocks and music boxes, all alive in the gentle magic of night. They did not stare like hungry animals. They smiled like friends who had been waiting. A rag doll stepped forward and hugged him, carefully, so as not to kiss too hard. A teddy bear offered his lap as a soft seat. A little tin drummer played a welcome rhythm. And Colobok sang again, but this time the song was different. It was slower, happier, full of wonder. I am Colobok. I rallied far, I sang to the forest. But now I am home. The toys gathered around him in a circle. They listened. Some cried quiet happy tears. Some swayed. Some held hands, or paws, or wheels. The fox sat at the edge, tail curled, eyes shining. You see, SHU whispered. Here, no one wants to eat you. Here, everyone wants to love you. Colobok looked around at all the gentle faces. He thought of the quiet cottage, of babushka's kind hands shaping him, of dedushka's soft smile. A smallish touched his heart, the show of love that does not disappear just because you have found new love. But the ash was warm, not sharp. Because now he had two homes, the one he was baked in, and the one that welcomed him exactly as he was. From that night on, when the moon was round and high, the toys of the dom игрушек would gather in the garden. And Colobok would roll to the center, golden in the moonlight, and sing his song, sometimes the old brave one, sometimes a new one about friendship and soft places to rest. And every toy would sing with him, voices small and large, wooden and cloth and porcelain, all together. And the forest would listen, quiet and kind, and even the hungry animals would sit at the edge of the light and feel, for a little while, not hungry at all. Because some songs are stronger than teeth. And some round little bunnies find the place where they were always meant to be. Word count 1247.